What is my current training split to lift, run, and do jiu-jitsu in the same week? I'm gonna go through a little bit of the splits that I like to do as far as all three of those things on a weekly basis. I've been doing it for years now, and I hope that you guys will get some insight and hopefully it will help you in your current training regimen, whatever that may be. Lifting wise, I like to do legs, shoulders, and core on the same day. I like to do back and triceps, and I also do chest and biceps, all pretty consistently. I'll mix the exercises up from time to time. I like to do at least 1 to 2 compound lifts for each body part. And I'm not a personal trainer by any means, so take everything I say with a grain of salt. I'm sharing everything with experience. I'm not sharing it based on professional insight. Eventually I'll get my certification, that type of thing. But for right now, I'm just sharing everything with you that I've learned over the last few years. I'm really big on weighted calisthenics. So I do weighted pull-ups, weighted dips, I even do weighted push-ups from time to time, but I found that I gain a lot more strength in other exercises when I focus on those movements. Probably my most difficult day is shoulders and legs, just, primarily because the legs, I've never been really good in leg exercises when it comes to squats, deadlifts, weighted lunges, like anything like that. I never really did that in my running career, and I've learned from the course of these last few years especially that you have to put a lot of energy in mobility work, in recovery, making sure that everything is working, there's no imbalances. I do a lot of like focus on, chiropractic care, my massage therapist. I do dry needling from time to time, shockwave therapy. I ice, I compress, I do Epsom salt baths. I'm focusing primarily on making sure that I'm ready for the next workout. So it's like, you want to push yourself on this day, but you got to keep in mind that your warm up and your recovery after the workout are almost just as important as the actual workout, because if those suck or lack, then the next day is probably not going to be as efficient. You have to keep that in mind as you're going through your days, whether it's 3 days, 4 days, 5+ days during the week of exercising. You just want to make sure that you're taking care of your body when it comes to recovery. And then hydration and fueling your body is just as important. I'll get into those in later videos. The extent of my warm up is just making sure that everything is nice and loose, everything feels good. I spend about 10 to 15 minutes doing a lot of mobility work, whether I'm decompressing my spine just from hanging from the bar, I'm using the resistance bands, I'm doing very light work when it comes to like the actual movement itself. And people would say probably like you're doing a workout within a workout, but I feel good when I do it, and I feel even better when I'm trying to lift super heavy weight at and I'm trying to gain size, I'm trying to gain strength, and so I will do everything I have to better myself in those areas. It's worked for me. I continue to stay consistent with it, and about 5 to 6 days a week is when I'm lifting. I try to incorporate a couple, like 2 or 3 times when I'm working on speed and also strength work when it comes to running, and I do jiu-jitsu at least 1 or 2 times a week depending on the week. I haven't been as good this last year in making sure that I'm consistently going to jiu-jitsu, because if I feel off, if I feel mentally just drained, if I'm sick, if I'm super injured, I'm just not going to risk furthering my time from the mat, because I do miss it. Every time I'm away from it for a long time, I do miss being out there and continuing to train and get better. But you have to listen to your body, especially when you get in your 30s and almost mid 30s. It's like, if you tear something, whether it's on the mat or in the gym, it's going to affect your performances in other areas. Obviously, when it comes to running and jiu-jitsu, like they all coincide with each other. So like if you get injured in one, you may not be able to do the other. So you obviously have to adapt and make sure that you're listening to your body and your mind when it comes to being smart but not stupid. From time to time, I will often hear people, say push through the pain, don't limit yourself, don't be weak, don't be a coward. Guys, there's far more to life than trying to be a champion or being the best of something. I'm not saying don't give it your all, don't be the absolute best version of yourself, but if you're trying to be the world champion in something, that's one thing. But if you're just trying to live a healthy lifestyle like I am and trying to be the fittest, smartest, best person you can be, or best version of yourself, there's more to life than that stuff. And I need to work tomorrow. I need to be the best version of myself for my loved ones, for my family. I need to be fit for other things. And You know, I try to glorify myself or glorify God and the things that I'm putting my body on the line for. So I'm not going to risk tearing something or pulling something again for you know, for just no reason. Those are pretty much the splits that I've incorporated in my training regimen for at least 6 years now, almost 7, and they have worked for me drastically. I found that I've gotten more confident in the gym when it comes to going in with a plan and executing it to the utmost ability, my ability, I should say. You don't want to get too comfortable in performing the same exercises all the time because your body will get used to that movement and you can actually hurt yourself and limit yourself. So I will mix up back exercises, like I'll do weighted pull-ups, and then I'll do like rows. I'll do, you know, incline bench press. I'll do weighted dips. I'll do, you know, different exercises like that. Squats and lunges I'll go back and forth too, and then deadlifts from time to time I'll do as well. I'm super smart when it comes to making sure that I'm bracing my core and using a belt to make sure I'm not going to hurt my lower back again. I've actually had a history of pulling muscles really, really badly, and you know that just hurts yourself. You know, don't, if something is telling you something, don't necessarily ignore it, because like I said earlier, you can hurt yourself, you can shoot yourself in the foot, and that will delay your progress and keep you away from the gym and keep you away from running or lifting or jiu-jitsu or whatever the case may be. So always think about the long term, not just the short term when it comes to your goals. I will constantly remind myself, I will have probably one of the worst sessions ever when it comes to jiu-jitsu or, you know, in the gym, and I'm just like, you know, I got to remind myself I'm almost 34. I, you know, want to just get fit and just help inspire people and just continue to get on this road of recovery and overcoming obstacles. At the same time, I need to remember that this is not about me. This is about the people who are looking towards something that is much bigger than me and much bigger than you. You know, you always want to look for reasons to go to the gym and to be like achieve goals. That will give you much bigger purpose and much better desire and just discipline when it comes to sticking with something. I found that if you have a bigger reason to go do something, like you've worked out really hard in the morning, you've worked all day, you've dealt with so much crap, but then you want to go and do something like working towards getting your next belt in mixed martial arts, or you want to learn a different skill, or you just want to get a more callous mindset when it comes to not being weak. Like that takes a special person. It's like there's a dog inside of you, is how we put it. It's like you want to go home, you want to get comfortable, you want to eat, you want to go to sleep, you want to chill, but you're going back towards something that pushes you way beyond your limits. You're working towards something that you can't see. It's down the road, but you know that every time you step on the mat, you're getting 1% better in whatever area that is. That's one of the reasons why I stick with the jiu-jitsu and why I've fallen in love with it, is because far few people actually have the discipline and the dedication and the desire to want to work towards something. It's not just as a belt, it's more about the version of yourself that you're working towards that shows others, hey, this person went from white belt to black belt, not overnight, but through years of discipline, through years of failing, through years of blood, sweat, and tears. That takes a special type of person to dedicate themselves towards doing, you know, and that's one of the reasons why I've also dedicated myself to the gym, and I also continue to work better in my running career as well. When I like consistently do all three on a weekly basis, I feel much better physically and mentally, and that's why I stick with the training split I do. If you guys want to know more about like the exercises I do or the reasons why, whatever the case may be, please give me a shout out down in the comment section. Let me know if you want to see more videos like this. Please subscribe to the channel so that you stay up to date with all future videos. And until next time, I'll see you guys on the other side. Tonight, our hearts are beating time. We're both still synchronized. Whoa.